Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Can we get it? Sending out everything. Give the family a couple minutes. Let everything get up. We trying to stream on all cylinders right now. Right now. Family, we are live on Facebook. We are live on Spreaker. For those that like podcasts. We are live on, let's see where else. Okay. We're live on Facebook on both pages, on Gye-Nyame Journey as well as Hot Tim Gye-Nyame. We are live on YouTube, Gye-Nyame, and of course, we are live on Periscope. Anybody out there listening, please don't try to save my soul. Okay, good grief. We're gonna open up the piece on. Okay, the black signal has went out. The black line will be open, family. You can call in, you can listen in till after we get done with the toast. When we get done with the toast, we'll move into some of the conversation piece. Then after that, I'm going to break off, get out here and clean up this, when my babies get up here and clean up this house. Get ready for the next 3 weeks. I think about the next 3 weeks. Because we're moving rapidly towards Kwanzaa. Let's go down. All right. Why you move so slow, computer? It's a beautiful computer. I mean, it's a Chromebook. It's beautiful. Does a lot of stuff. But sometimes it be moving slow. It's cool. I'll be running a lot of shit on it. That's cool. All right, so we are live on Facebook. I can see it. All right. Make sure we up on YouTube. We up on YouTube. Yep, we're up on YouTube. So that means we can get started here. I got one more thing to check. Hold on. Just clear all shit. All right. Y'all ready? Let's get it.
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, and drink. Man, now, grab your glass for some water. Get your picture of that water. Lift that picture of that water. Mine just counting. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Ha ha. Now move your body and drink some water. Oh, move your body and drink some water. Oh, move your body and drink some water. Family, move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, move, yeah, drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink. drink, drink. Or should we say, raise, toast, then drink. Now, take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. But to stay healthy, remember the 4 pillars of health. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Eat a culturally appropriate diet. But hey, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Break down. Drink up. Come on, drink with me. Come on now. Come on, Bruno. Drink. Hey, drink your water. Drink. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink your water, family. Man. What a great Imani day it is. Whew. And we gotta talk about this mall issue here. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. I see you out there. Who else out there? Anybody else out there? Throw your names up there. Family, also to get your points, to get in the contest, because it looked like Kwame is just whooping everybody. Kwame just won another shirt now. That's what it looked like. Kwame is in second place. He had 740 points. I might as well just go and stop the contest and just go and send Kwame his shit. Damn. Kwame, just leading the pack, brother. You know, so y'all got to comment. When you go to Gye-Nyame Journey, it's not enough just to get on. You got to get on timeline. You got to say, hey. You got to go and participate in the conversation. There's a certain amount of points that are given out every so many minutes. There's for comments that are given. There's stuff that's being given. Come on now. You got to get with the game. Get with the game. We moving into Kwanzaa season, so now I got to go and figure out some other creative ways to make sure that we can get the family involved and to get y'all out to the Kwanzaa celebration. I'm going to finish my water. Then we're going to move straight to the toast. Then we can go and have our toast and talk. Lines are open at 614-556-4535. I just ask, fam, that you refrain from calling. And you call in now. Let me put it that way. You call in now. But just hold up with all the comments until after we finish the toast. We got a few news items that we could discuss. We discussed the mall yesterday. Some of y'all excited about this whole rivalry game thing that took place yesterday that just kind of blew the mall totally out the water. I don't know whether it was because we're between Black Friday and Cyber Monday and Michigan and OSU, but the mall may have took its last breath. Depends on what the rest of the crew want to do, you know. I get a certain amount of leeway. You know what I'm saying? I get a certain amount of leeway. But hey, you know, after a while, you got to look at my ideas and reevaluate and be like, brother, this felon. We can be just big zeros. I don't know what that means, but. All right. So let's grab us some ambrosia. I'm not going to do the red today. I'm going to do the one that got a little bit more in it. Let's see if we get a nice little sound. Oh, that was nice. See, that sound is not made up. That's not how I pull it off. You see? That was the actual air coming out. Actual fermenting process that's still going on. Yep. Alright, so here we go. Put it on there nice so it can build up again. Alright, so family first, with all the major conferences, football, NCAA games were happening yesterday. Yes, they were. And man, we felt it. I had people. I had one person call me. Man, last night I came to the thing. Man, you came. I mean, people come. Maybe some people came about 5. You know what I'm saying? So I guess people were supposed to sit there till, I'm like, yo, But we kind of had the game on and everything. Was able to get people to listen. But after a certain time, I said, man, let me give the vendors the vendor their money back. Let's give these vendors their money back. As a matter of fact, I got to send some money back for one vendor that came yesterday. Because we will not have, if we have the mall again, it won't be until January. We got Kwanzaa coming up, and things worked out in a certain way for Kwanzaa, so I'm gonna let them rest the way they are. Let's see. All right, cool. So we all right. We cool. Picture good. So let's go and do this toast, and then we can move into conversation. Then I get to clean up my house. I'm trying to figure out. I'm hungry, but I don't know what to eat. I know everybody been there. I'm hungry, but I don't know what to eat. But I'll figure out something. I'm gonna figure out something. Thinking about some spaghetti or something. I don't know. Alright, but anyway, here we go. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We lift up our glass, and we lift up the glass, and we salute that Creator, and we say, couldn't hear y'all. What y'all say? Yeah, Ashe, that's it. That's the word I was looking for. And from there, family, we move on to our list of our love. Whoa. All right, well, anyway, before we move to the answers, I want to remind you, I want to thank you for joining us in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds, moving forward, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Simple production. Yes, it is. This is a Heart of a Simple production. And guess what? This is the Daily Toast, and we're going to have Toast and Talk as well. You know what we do here? We strive to blow up your old paradigms. That's right. So, we move to our list of our ancestors. So we have Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert the Texas, Anna Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, Georgian William, Walter, Chris, Fanny, Gaston, Lane, Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Pilar, Montague Pittman, No More X, Pet Mount, Rob Malika Foucault, Dr. Mary Ann Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Billy Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bro, Actor Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Hayes, Grace Lundy, Inez Hayes, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rhodes, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Dale Pulliam, the Luxor Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Bree Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Orlando Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCray, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend J. Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susan B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Mel Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, B.D. Sarah Weller, Vita Palmer, Uncle Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Lyndon Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pro G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Pro M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Eliza, Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Annie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas Alula Berry, Lacey Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peter Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brendan Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Denise Ayers, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Filani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Ines Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scanterbury, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Print Up Jr. Where we at? Roy Lee Print Up Jr. I lost it. Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Woody, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wood Belongmire, Either Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dr. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Neil Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenbaugh, Hazel Gadsden, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Al Becker, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McCate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John, what is it? Alex Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lily Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Heidi Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, and West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard. Damn, lost it again. Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Arlington Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, and West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Lowen Newton, J.V. Froggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Bobby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Irvin, Hiram Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Robert Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mesri Cooper, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. I know what the issue is. Hey, Clay! Woo. Clavin! Come here. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. This shit is killing me. I got to do something about it. Yeah, come here. It doesn't require a yes, sir. It just requires your presence. Can you take this bucket downstairs? Because it's real strong. I made it too strong. Or you can put it in the kitchen. Because we're going to have to mop the kitchen. Maybe because I got this Fabuloso and it's just messing with my mind. Is it strong to you? You smell it? Joyla Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sits, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Javante, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Summer Clay, Leonard Jones, Shade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin. You know what? Why don't you make me an omelet, man?
Right now?
Yeah. You know omelet dude. Cleve make a pretty good omelet, by the way.
Okay, let me put the...
What you watching? Elizabeth Johnson.
Golden Cavalry.
Who?
Golden Cavalry.
Whatever. Real life at Gye-Nyame Journey. Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flick, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gatt, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Desandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, L.L.T. Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, single name, Pete Walton, William Walton. I gotta go and figure out the mystery of Sonny and why Sonny does not have a last name. This is on my grandmother's side of the family. Well, my mother's side of the family, not my father's, because you can say grandmother, gotta be specific. Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Who's also known as Dr. Kareem E. Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, Tilar Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hawkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hawkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samanda Damon, Ethel Marshall, Steve, Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III. Let me start over. Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusella Morrow. Whoa! Did somebody just hit the tip jar? Whoa! What was that? I got to see what that was. I missed it. What happened?
Not the first time.
Oh, no. Amara Richardson, subscribe. Thank you very much. Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Gisella Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow. Welcome to the family. If you have any ancestors that y'all want me to mention, throw them up right now. So we lift up our glass to all of our ancestors and we say, Ashe. Ashe, family. Yo, now, from there, we move on to the present moment. Had me scared for a minute. I'm like, what the hell was that? But that was a subscriber. That's what happened when you subscribe. And they also received the automatic amount of points for just subscribing. And shouts out to Mari Richardson. All right, so we raise up our glass to the present moment. We are on or in the moment of Imani. And family, we want to give a round of applause to all the Imani babies. Now, for the Imani babies now, all of us are born on a certain day of the week. And that day of the week in African traditions can tell us a lot about ourselves, right? And I'm saying, family, we got all these systems. We need to be using them so that we could do constructive things with the information that they present. Because when you read your day name, it might kind of surprise you. On the power in that name. So I think during Kwanzaa break, I think we're gonna go through the days and the power of knowing the day and the power that you get from knowing the day. You know, just do because we're gonna be able to have toast and talks on all those days. So, family, we are presently in Imani. I don't know why you couldn't hear me, Kwame. I apologize about that. I don't know whether did you hear the lion roar? So, well, anyway, we are now in Imani. I want to ask everybody to activate those reticular formation. Family, it's time for you to go out and time for us to seek Imani. Right? We're going to seek that Imani, right? Now, take pictures of it, post it up, hashtag Imani. Oh, I don't know what happened. Well, maybe the signal dropped. It gets like that sometime. So, for those that don't speak the language, Imani means faith.
We don't have spinach.
We don't have spinach?
We only have spinach.
No cheese?
We have cheese too, but I'm talking about vegetables.
Ain't no onions? Ain't no tomatoes?
You want carrots in your thing?
No, I don't want carrots. Carrots, you got to cook them down. Harmony is the demonic principle today. Trust is what we teach in the M7. Red is the color. And you see I got on my red cat in. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Kwame had on the gray cat in shirt yesterday, looking good, right? Male. My fault. The Hermetic law today is gender. Male name is Kwesi. Female name is Akusua. All right. So we raise up our glass. He said what he said. Sounds like the cupboards are bare, I guess. Well, we living that ADOS life, but we make it look good. Striving to do everything that we should. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, so we raise up our glass for this present moment, family, because in this moment is our power. And in the power, in us utilizing the power in this moment that was granted to us by our ancestors, we are able to carve out a space for our future generations. And how do we carve out that space? By utilizing this moment to do something monumental. Use this moment to learn something new. To use this moment to build up. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get her poor daughter a dress. When she got there, the cupboards were bare. Come on now, finish it up. So we raise up our glass and we salute this moment in creating. And so was her daughter, I guess. Ooh, that was pretty good. All right, so we raise up our glass and we salute this present moment, family. Utilize it. Utilize it. This is a gift. This is an inheritance. What are you doing with it? Are you squandering your inheritance? Are you squandering it? All right? So raise up our glass because we here at Gye-Nyame, Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame extended family. Listen, we're using our moments to create. We're using our moments to be on purpose. We're using our moments to create economic systems. We're using our moments to be politically active. We're using our moments, right? We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? From here, we move to the future generation and we raise our glass. And we toast them. We toast our children's children on to infinity because we are responsible for them. We got to carve out the space. And we say, Ashe. From there, family, before we move there, make sure you subscribe at gnjmedia.live. Like it on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook. Come on, family. Let's start building up our ranks. Let's get these numbers up. All right? Boom. Costs nothing. That you can help us by doing that. That costs nothing. And once again, shouts out to Imani. We lift up our glass because we move from the future generations. We move to all of our relations. From all of our relations, guess where we go? Man, from all of our relations, we move to that selfish toast. What is it that you need right now in this moment? In this very moment, right now, what do you need? Lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. Last but not least, I want to toast the most magnificent, the most beautiful, the most uplifting, outstanding, the strongest individual, the wisest individual in the room right now. And that's you. I lift up my glass to you and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. Now, every time we do that toast, right, we move our future 100 years farther. So every day we add 100 years. Now, I don't know what they call that mathematically, but that's beyond exponential growth. I just want y'all to know. So by now, after all these toasts of 100 years, and you, Brother Hatem, be with you 100 years, we're moving our legacy 100 years. Because every toast is a ritual. Every toast is a ceremony. We toasting, right? So, family, we lift up the toast and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Woo. This one is dry. All the sugar is almost out of this. I wonder what would happen if I added some more honey. Don't burn yourself, sir. All right, so let's get to some of the news. Let me go and make sure I ain't missing nobody's comments because I see all YouTube comments. All right. See, we streaming. All right. We got some folks on Facebook that's awful quiet today. Black Friday premium plan. What the hell? It says 5 extra destinations plus 5 RTM pool, 40% lifetime off. What the hell is this? Let's see what they talking about. I'm sorry. This business. Because if it's cheaper than what I'm already paying. Premium plan, $595. Left on current plan, $35.92. Due now. Oh, hell no. Oh, we don't do it like that. We Oh, so they took the company plan from $99 a month. See, I got the professional plan, at least I think. They dropped that to $29 a month. Wow. But the company plan. All right, so now what I'm talking about is I know y'all like. So this is I use a streaming system called Restream.io. Right now, I can stream to 3 different destinations. Ability to remove restrain branding. I got that already. 3 RTPMs, pull link. Real-time channel management. I got all that. More features. Let's look at the information of what I got. Analytics export soon. So right now, and I'm paying, I think, $30 for that. I have to check. But the company plan, which was $99 a month, is now $59.40 a month. It got 5 extra destinations, 5 RTPM pull links. I have no idea what the hell that means. Fail-safe stream backup. I have no idea what that means. 10 extra destinations. Ability to remove restream brandy. 5 RTPM pull links. Real-time channel management. More features. Proxy analytics export soon. Let's see what would happen if I upgrade it. Upgrade your current plan, premium plan monthly. Left on current plan. Do now. So the premium plan monthly is $43.54. Left on current plan. Well, we gonna upgrade this shit. Fuck it. I just got sold. I mean, I'm just like, I just got sold. Maybe some super shit will happen and we'll be able to do some incredible shit real soon. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Alright. Oh, it got $99 per month. That ain't what y'all told me. That's not what y'all told me. I don't know. Next payment, 23. The 23rd, 2312. Nah. That might not be good. Alright. Y'all told me one thing. Let me see. Premium Plus. I have to come back. Alright. I'm sitting up here. Should have never did it while I was online. They got me. So we gonna fix that. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Who's sweet? Let's go to the news. They got me, Kwame. They got me, man. You know I can't walk past a sale, especially when I'm already spending money. So we're gonna see what extra services this gives me. All right. Hold on. Y'all get to see me thick on here. I'm sending a message, having this conversation about this money here, because I can't have nobody, because you know we we got to be very resourceful with the little bit of income that we have. So let's go and look at some of this new stuff that we need to talk about real quick. You know, I can drop and then get off. And as Cleve finish up on his creation of this omelet. And maybe I'll get to show y'all before we go off. So, of course, but before we get to that, family, make sure you check out the free e-course, learn about Gye-Nyame journey. I'm gonna have to go on and I gotta share this on some of my other pages too, because the people are joining the pages. And I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of surprising to me. So let me go and post that up. Paste. Check out our free e-course. There you go. Throw it up on the Restream chat as well. Check out our free e-course. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Also, go on here and check out our merch. Make sure you get on and check out the merch. I know there got to be a way I can make robots that could do this. I know it's bots that I could do to do this for me every so often. And I'm going to look into that as well. You know, you got to learn how to maximize what you got, right? Got to learn how to maximize what you got. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to learn to maximize everything that we got in the coming 2020 to push this to the next level. Then also for those that want to do the tip jar, because I want to see how the tip jar works. So I would love it if somebody out there could help. And I mean, like I said, support us and hit up this tip jar so we can see how this damn thing works. How it works. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been dying. I did experiments, but the experiment is not as good as actually. Tip jar is already on this, so we won't put it up there again. All right, so now on the Gye-Nyame Journey page, going to the news of the day. Oh shit, this is gonna be bad news for some of y'all. This is the food of choice of those with small budgets. Oh shit. Your yen for ramen could be killing you softly. I must read this loud because there is a ramen noodle lover in the kitchen right now. And this is why I tricked him to come up and start cooking an omelet right now, because I want him to hear what they're saying about this ramen noodle phenomenon. Here we go. Man, that bowl of ramen noodles look good. Me and Cleve just went out and got some expensive ass ramen noodles. It was good too, wasn't it, Cleve?
It was good.
You know. But anyway, ramen reputation has grown globally over the years. This is Quartz. This is from the Quartz magazine. Author is Eprat Levine. Or Livni. However you say it. Congratulations. People worldwide now hungrily slurp down the countless bowls of these skinny noodles and hot broth that originated in China and were popularized by the Japanese. But a recent study out of Japan indicates the savory treat could be a killer. Uh-oh. Brother Kwame done came up. Hold on, we gotta go back. Brother Kwame done dropped one of those. All right, the formula to see how many years you've accumulated over a certain N number of daily libations is 100 N times N plus 1 divided by 2 over any N day, period. You put in any number for N days accumulated. God damn. My mama loves them things. What you talking about, ramen noodles? Oh, but let's go and get down to it, family. You know, because I used to just, because those of us that was in college, and hell, those of us that lived on our own for a while, before everything popped off, ramen noodles was the shit. You know? All right, let's go. A paper published in Nutritional Journal investigated a link between the prevalence of ramen restaurants and strokes and heart attacks mortality in Japanese prefectures. The researcher from Gye Medical University suspected that ramen, which is high in sodium, might be the link to higher risk of stroke. So, it might not be the noodles, because the sodium content comes from the powder. You know, the little powder that you mix into the ramen, the broth, because it's a dehydrated broth that you rehydrate with water. and then you start adding the season, but it's usually very, very, if you taste it by itself, it's very, very salty. So it might not be the ramen, it might not be the noodles. It might be the very broth that's being used. So I have a solution for you. Hold on. Present ramen restaurants and strokes and heart attack mortality in Japanese prefectures. The researcher from Gye-Nyame Medical University suspects that ramen, which is high in sodium, might be linked to higher risks of strokes and heart attacks. But little was known about the relationship between diet. Huh?
I messed up the omelet, so I did this.
He messed up the omelet, so he did this. What kind of foolishness is that? Well, at least you came through. Pretty good, Clay. Well, let me finish my ramen noodle thing. Is it a napkin in there?
Yeah, no. I'll go get some paper towel.
Cool. A paper published in nutritional. Okay, hold on. A sandwich got my mind. A paper published. Thank you, son. A paper published in a nutritional journal investigated between the prevalence of ramen restaurants and strokes and heart attacks and mortality in Japanese prefectures. The researchers from Gye-Nyame Medical University suspected that ramen, which is high in sodium, might be linked to higher risks of strokes and heart attacks. But little was known about the relationship between diet and these health woes in Japan. They write, so they decided to compare various types of cuisine in different regions of the country, looking at the health data and restaurant prevalence. We got a comment. Let me see. Ashe. How you doing, Elder? Big surprise about that broth. Oh, yeah. I mean, because it's not actually broth. It's dehydrated and then you rehydrate it. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, let's go on. I got a solution for that. That's an easy workaround if it's not the noodles. Let's go. The scientists created 4 categories of restaurants to compare ramen, fast food, French or Italian, and udon or soba. They also obtained age and sex-adjusted stroke and heart attack mortality rates in each prefecture from a 2017 national study. What they discovered is that ramen-loving localities where the noodle shops are especially prevalent experience more stroke deaths than other Japanese prefectures, but not more heart attacks. The researchers found that the Tohoku, northern Kanto, and the southern Kaiwashi regions have higher stroke mortality than other areas in Japan. Meanwhile, the Kinki region and the southern Kanto region have low stroke mortality rates. These stroke mortalities distribution correspond approximately with the prevalence of ramen restaurants in these regions. The prevalence of ramen restaurants in Japanese prefectures has a significant correlation with the stroke mortality rate, the study concluded. Still, before you despair and give up ramen altogether, the study limitations should be noted. The researchers themselves say that they were unable to obtain precise data on stroke victims' diets, so they could not directly assess whether ramen intake increased stroke risk, but simply established a link to be further explored. They point out that ramen consumption isn't restricted to restaurants, and they didn't consider instant or homemade ramen at all. Also, ramen has many components, including soy, tonkotsu, a Japanese broth made from simmered pork marrow or pork bone, miso, and salt, and it's not yet clear which most strongly affects stroke risk. Finally, there's the fact that ramen shops serve more than just noodles in hot broth. Side dishes like dumplings and rice are also available. These side dishes may include confounding nutritional factors, the scientists write. So, though their work indicates that ramen may be killing people, no it don't. No it don't. No it don't. May be killing people softly. Much more research needs to be done to establish a link between the dishes, which seems so nutritious and life-giving, and increased risk of death. Alright. So, family, Correlation is not causality. That's the perfect term. But where I guess a man, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna say this. That does not prove that. But I will say this. The high sodium content, anyway, we already know that's problematic. So there's easy ways, there's easy fixes around that. So it's not actually the noodles that are causing the issue. What the issue is the broth with high concentrations of salt. I mean, even some of the miso, because I use a lot of miso in my cooking. I love miso. But, you know, the high salt content can be deadly. We already know this. All right. So, some of y'all dodged the bullet. My son ran down the basement celebrating. Probably ran downstairs to grab a pack of ramen noodles. Sister Aisha say, that's why I now go to Sarah and get the noodles made from potatoes, starch, and beans. The noodles are great. I just have to practice making good sauce. Maybe we might have some of those noodles tonight and some spaghetti. All right. All right. Now, for those that are interested, because we do have some food connoisseurs on the Gye-Nyame site. I'm guessing, I ain't gonna guess. I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut. But somebody representing Gye-Nyame say, are you a vegan? Do a vegan butter with garlic sauce. Add a little soy, a little ginger. Another thing in the news. All right, hold on. I just missed somebody's comment. In Korea, it's called ramen, and it's healthy because they eat it every day. It's made different. Brother Kwame say absolutely high sodium. Laughing out loud. Welcome, Brother Jason. So that makes me a kale salad with the noodles. Oh, the noodles, man. We got the Comcast. Comcast and Spectrum are raising their TV prices and fees. I asked the question, this is Comcast preparing to pay that money out that Byron Allen is suing them for? Or are they greedy bastards that can raise the fee because there is no competition? These motherfuckers have been given an industry and are able to run roughshod through it. There's no competition. I think Obama called it too big to fail type bullshit. All right? I'm just saying I want y'all to know about that. These cable companies are pimping us. We need to find ways to cut the cords. Jason Stafford, this bullshit in a pack that we buy ain't real ramen. The noodles are different and broth too. Now, they wasn't talking about the stuff we buy in the stores. They was talking about the restaurants in Japan. All right, here we go. Unlike the mysteries of your gut microbiome with Viome's gut intelligence test. I ain't gonna read all the way through this, but this is from Futurism. Y'all know that I'm big on this microbiome thing. So let's go and read a little bit. Unlock the mysteries of your gut microbiome with Viome Gut Intelligence. It's a science-backed solution to understanding your gut health. We'll go through the beginning, what y'all going, and y'all can find out about it. And if y'all want to take the gut intelligence test by Viome, by all means, do. I'm thinking about it myself. Actually, I might go on and just do this shit. All right, let's go and read a little bit. Because, you know, those that's been with the journey for a while, y'all know we've been talking about the microbiome for about 3 years now. Especially when I started brewing this ambrosia, right? Well, here we go. Not brewing, fermenting. But about the Comcast, they are grabbing money now because they're really dead on their feet. We as blacks are technologically dummies. Hold on. With black are technology dummies. Streaming is what it is. I'm on that stream shit myself. But now everybody's streaming and charging money for their content. So now we even got Disney in the field now. So it's crowded, but they're going to narrow that down because they're going to start buying each other up. At least that's what I think. But let's go into the microbiome. Despite the fact that we live in a highly advanced technological society, when it comes to important things like health and nutrition, a lot of people are still willing to take most of their advice from bloggers and social media influencers who have little to no scientific training. This is especially true when it comes to gut health and the gut microbiome. Luckily, the scientists and researchers at Viome are on a mission to change all that. Over the past few decades, the scientific community has made some incredible advancements in our understanding of the human gut microbiome. Listen, we now know, for example, that the complex community of bacteria and other microorganisms that live in our digestive tract affects almost every system in the body, including the digestive system, immune system, and the cardiovascular system. They're also leaving out the brain. There have also been studies that specifically link gut health to a number of human diseases and conditions such as diabetes, obesity, irritable bowel syndrome, and colon cancer. But how do we put this information to use? Now, have you heard of psyllium? Yeah, it helps clean out. Also, I think it helps feed some of the microbiome too. So, Or is you talking about Psyllium Tyson? I'm sorry. Alright. A lot of people have been led to believe that you can ward off all of these illnesses and conditions simply by eating a bunch of exotic fermented foods you saw on Instagram. Unfortunately, that's like throwing a bunch of random ingredients into a pot and hoping they turn into your favorite soups. Stuff you put into the pot might be delicious, but different soups call for different ingredients. This is why I tell you, listen to me. First off, culturally appropriate diet. You ain't got to do all that exotic shit. Add some cultural shit to your thing, and then also look at the environment that you live in. What are the herbs? What are the fruits? What are the shit that naturally grows where you are? It don't take no rocket scientist to figure out what's going to make up the microbiome of somebody that's been in Ohio their whole goddamn life. Just look around Ohio. God damn it. All right, but hey, I'm going to let y'all read that for yourself. Y'all going to finish that for yourselves. Let me go on. Because this sandwich is good. I need to get cleaned up, or I ain't going to do no cleaning up. The math on reparations, total cost of $51 trillion and a tripling of the national debt. Now, let me put what I put on here, because I don't want y'all to fall for the fuckery. Don't fall for the trickery. The only reparations on the table are those for ADOS. ADOS, all other arguments don't fit into the discussion. By the way, payments can be stretched out so that the process is very doable. So this is an old article that I seen that one of my elders posted up, and I just wanted to go through this real quick. This is from Market Watch. So, what starts to happen is then when we start talking about stuff, particularly for us, we got to throw other people in. And this is the issue, and this is where the argument is different from here on out. When we're talking about reparations, we're talking about reparations specifically for us. No shade on any other group. But we're talking about things that are specific to us, that happen to a specific population, to a specific group that will receive compensation as well as other services and whatever we need. I'm just saying, putting that out there. I know a lot of y'all be like, but hey, like I told y'all yesterday, microwave was an impossibility a couple of years ago. Shit, flying state to state. You know what I'm saying? If you told motherfuckers 100 years ago that you wanted to fly, they would have put your ass away. Highways connecting the entire country. Hell, me getting on the phone and calling my wife in Ghana for free. That shit wasn't possible. So when it comes to what motherfuckers is not going to be able to do or what people are not able to do, I ain't trying to hear it. Especially when it comes to shit that I'm owed. The debt is the debt. So y'all can sit out there and scream, nah, it ain't going to happen. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. You owe me my money. I need to constantly remind you about that. And we need to constantly remind people. It ain't just about, how can I put it? We bring the argument down to these motherfuckers just saying no, and that's okay. But knowing that if we in the street and we dealing with other black people, if a motherfucker owe you money and he tell you no there's going to be issues. There's problems. And we got to be honest about that shit. There's issues. Man, what the fuck you mean though? The debt is the debt. Well, my motherfucker, we'll take tanks. You know what I'm saying? Jet craft, motherfucker. Y'all got all types. You got all that forest land out there. We'll take that shit too. We take payments just like when you owe them. If you owe the IRS, them motherfuckers, they'll come and start repossessing shit. They will harass you. They will call you. They will send you letters. That's all we gotta do. Get on motherfuckers' nerves. So they got Danny Glover on the front. This is by Brett Aarons. And this was done on June 27, 2019, right after. Because the whole piece is to get people scared. Okay, taxpayers. Better get the checkbook out. But what about those of us that don't have checking accounts? Oh, my fault. They all live in my neighborhood. I get your joke. I get his joke. I get it. You know. I get his joke. He didn't miss me with that humor. I caught it. Not only are we talking about universal health care, no, we're not. See, they throwing all these other arguments on top. Nigga, we ain't talking about none of that shit. We talking about reparations. You drop all that shit. Because when they help everybody, they help nobody. Universal health care helps nobody. That's the goal. You just want to make people feel good so you're getting off and then you be like, oh, I couldn't do it. But stick with one thing. Reparations. Hell, that's a large segment of people needing universal health care anyway. They're able to take care of themselves now, right? Okay. And a Green New Deal. We ain't talking about that shit neither. The only Green New Deal that we're talking about is green going into our accounts. That's it. I honestly believe that if they pay reparations, global warming would slow down. I'm just saying. But that's just a belief. I ain't got no science to back that up. But hell, you can be a believer. You want global warming to stop? Pay us, America. We'll save your coastlines and all that shit. We're also not talking about paying reparations. This is an angry white guy. Let me read like an angry white. Democrats raised the idea on Capitol Hill last week. Well, this was on June 20th. As part of their plan to blow the 2020 presidential election. The media idea is to pay reparation to today's African Americans for the economic losses from slavery. But as we're going to see, the idea won't stop there. Actually, it can't. See, they throw other stuff on top of the argument, so it's like make it almost impossible for you. But we're gonna chop through it, family. Come on, just roll with me. Just roll with me for a couple more minutes. Where we at? Now, nobody knows what kind of numbers we're talking about, but Claudia Golden, an economic professor at Harvard, tells them they'd be huge. Wait a minute. Bitch go to Harvard and the best she come up with is they be huge. You went to Harvard. And that's the best you could do, Claudia? Huge? Come on, Harvard. Y'all, come on. Actually, we could sort of work it out. Oh, we can. Let's see. We already worked it out. But okay, I'm going to go with you.
I want an omelet.
That's between you and Cleve.
Where is he?
I don't think he's in my pocket.
Give me your pocket.
Move, I'm doing it. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame journey. Contemporaries put a number on the economic value of their slaves. It showed up in market prices. And we know what would happen if you had reinvested that money, for example, in treasury bonds since then. Bottom line, if you took the value of successive generations of U.S. slaves, say the total value in 1800, 1830, and 1860, and applied treasury bond interest rates to the money over the decades since, today we're looking at a reparation bill of $16 trillion. Pretty close. This is a smart dude. Pretty close. We could work. I could work with you. You're talking sense. About $16 trillion. Now hold on. Because I know some of y'all, hold on. Because a lot of y'all be like, where that money gonna come? Hold on. No, I'm not talking about flooding the market with a whole bunch of new bills, lowering the value of rest. No. Hold on, brother. I'm going to break it down for you. Hold on. I'll tell you how this shit going to work. All right. That's about 3/4 of U.S. gross domestic product and slightly more than the total U.S. personal disposable income for a year. Now, they always try to break this shit down to 1 year, one specific period. I want you to understand the hustle. Y'all come and asking us for $16 trillion. Where we supposed to get $16 trillion? For one check. One payment, bitch. I take payments. We take payments. We're Americans. We understand how this shit works. Just like you took payments for my car and my houses and shit before foreclosure and shit. I take payments. We take payments as a group. Right? We just, and that will provide jobs in the community because we would have to have a collection agency. Because we would have to have people to call certain individuals in government seats to remind them that their payment is due. Like, shit, man. Come on, man. You better stop playing with me. All right, here we go. That's around $1 million per African-American household. Yup, but you ain't got to pay that all at once. We can stretch it out over 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Do it like a mortgage. You know what I'm saying? We want to work with you. We ain't trying to break you. We understand. You know? The debt is the debt. Here we go. Sure, these are rough ballpark figures, but it's not totally a random guess. The numbers could reasonably be higher if you use private sector equity returns on the money. The figures will go into orbit. And if you think that's the only check we're writing, you are dreaming. These numbers don't even include reparations for decades of Jim Crow. I'm so glad you had a Jim Crow. That was the next conversation we was going to have. But all right, hold on. Native Americans. And if we're going to pay reparations to today's African Americans for the wrongs done to their ancestors, we surely have to do the same today to today's Native Americans who were also treated appallingly. So now, what they do is that they're confusing the argument of the Native American with the argument of the African American or the ADOS, which we cannot allow. We can't allow that. Because when treaties were negotiated between Native Americans and the United States, we were not mentioned or we were excluded. So why, when it comes to us talking about what we supposed to get, we supposed to allow everybody or anybody else to be in our negotiations? No, my friend. What is this white boy's name? No, Aaron's. No, Brett. It's not going down like that. We're not playing games like that right now. So now you're trying to throw something else in there so that first off, you can make this shit sound impossible to do. I'm going to tell you what was impossible to do. The highway across America. You know, the ones that went through all the black neighborhoods and tore up all of those centerpieces and shit. That was a multi-billion. Back then, that was an unsurmountable amount of money. But you did it slowly and steadily with time. And connected the whole United States with a highway. You know what else was impossible? Sending motherfuckers to space. We spent an insurmountable amount of money for that time. We dedicated we dedicated time, we dedicated people, and we made it happen. So if we was able to create an expressway, we was able to send motherfuckers into outer space and bring them back. We was able to fight billion and trillion dollar wars.
Where's the stool?
What you need a stool for?
Because I'm about to make me some cereal because Cleve said no.
Hey, Cleveland, come get this girl the cereal so she can eat. Why y'all be missing the trash can? In real life here, Jim, I'm sorry. Why you be missing the trash can? What's wrong with the trash can?
Actually, he don't let the pop.
I'm so sick of you, Lame and Gina. So you ain't eating no popcorn. Oh, my daughters. All right. While slaves were forcibly robbed of their labor, Native Americans were forcibly robbed of their land. Now, I am so glad that they brought this up. Because if I go through my YouTube history, right, in many ways, Native American groups have been receiving reparations. More so than we have.
Oh, where is the
what?
I'm just saying. I just heard a story about Cleveland.
Yeah.
What was the name of that shellfish that looked like a penis?
It's called I can't remember.
All right.
It'll come to me.
There is a shellfish. Hold on. There's a shellfish that looks like a penis. I swear to God. I swear to. If you, it's a shellfish, and out of the side, it looked like a big giant penis come out. That this shellfish uses to shoot. When it shoots out water, it look. You can look it up. In China, these shellfish sell for $300, like $300 a piece, right? Because there ain't nobody over here eating, but I'm just saying all that to say this. When you look into the history of the shellfish is a traditional food of certain Native American groups, especially in the area, I think they said in the Washington area, out west. And through court trials and through the federal government enforcing the treaties, Native Americans have rights to 50% of all of the profits and all of the fish, shellfish, which include clams, crabs, whatever they could catch, right? That is theirs. And they have been able to, in a sense, build a community. Then we also see the same thing with some of the casinos. Now, I know all of them have not been treated fair, but some of them have gotten something. And that something that they are receiving is protected by federal government. So, in a sense, that's reparations. So, for you to ingenuously insert them in a conversation about reparations deserves a slap. He deserves a slap from God. So Brent, you get it. Because you're trying to take the argument that we have fashioned and we have cornered it off. We say American descendants of slavery, right? A certain tribe.
Geoduck.
A Gia is a what?
Geoduck.
Geoduck. But it's not spelled like that. How's it spelled?
Geo duck.
No, that is not how it's spelled, man.
That's what I just looked up.
That's not how it's spelled. It's called a geoduck. It sounds like but it's not spelled like that. You know what I'm saying? Geoduck or geoduck. You know what I'm saying? You can look it up and you will laugh when you see this penis in the shell, right? But it's going for, over in China, it's going for like, they paying bread. Listen, they paying bread, right? And then, you know, so in the whole history of them going through the history, they talk about, and because there's a documentary, I think it's through Vox, might not be Vox, but there's a documentary about it where this strange looking shellfish.
It's spelled like that, but it's gooey duck.
It's gooey duck?
That's what they
spell it so other people can get it.
Geoduck. But it's pronounced gooey.
Geoduck. Just change the letter. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So there's other ways that individuals have been receiving some form of recomps. Now, it might not be fair, it might not be all the way, but they're getting something. We have gotten nothing, and the only things that they attribute to us getting, other peoples have been able to take advantage of and use more than us. We are talking about exclusive rights here in America. You know, like I said, the important part of being a group is that you not only had the ability to accept people in, you also had the ability to exclude. That's what tribe is about, family. You know what I'm saying? Not only being able to give people a home to come to, but also being able to exclude when we need to. Right now, we need to exclude. Why? Because a lot of people want to get on the reparations train. A lot of people want to change it to where we're doing stuff for everybody, and we have already done that shit. We have done it. You know what I'm saying? Look at all of the civil rights bills that were originally designed for us. We allowed them to be expanded, and what happened? Or they were expanded regardless of how we felt about it, and what happened? You know what I'm saying? Shit, white women receive more benefits from a lot of the shit that was put on the books for us than we do. Let's keep it all the way real. Come on now. See, matter of fact, I want y'all to, and those of you that's out there that's even doubting what I'm saying, I want you to really listen to politicians. They never deal with black. It's always minority or people of color. What happened? What happened? Oh, brother, I tell him it's the shift in demographic, but you could be a piece of demographic. I'm just saying, even when they in our institutions, they don't address us. They address issues of people of color when we have distinct things that are affecting us. Y'all don't, I mean, am I speaking over your head? There are distinct things, there are distinct attacks on us. Well, we ended up as out. And no more. All right. So this dude say, while slaves were forcibly robbed of their labor, Native Americans were forcibly robbed of their land. And paying that back is going to cost U.S. another $35 trillion. So he even going to get him more. That's another 2 years disposable personal income. Only 2 years, right? See, and so we're going to skip this whole part because what they're trying to do, they're trying to collude what we have or what's owed to us and what's owed to Native Americans. Even though, because you got to go through all of those treaties that they had and all that. We ain't had no treaties. We need to talk distinctively about us and keep it stuck on us. Period. Because right now we're fighting for the future of our children, family. Whether you recognize that shit or not. Other groups. So I moved past that, you know. It may not stop there. Senator Elizabeth Warren says we should pay reparations to gay Americans for the years they were denied marital tax benefits. Fair enough. Those are comparatively small sums. So are the sums paid to the Japanese Americans, German Americans, and other interned during World War II. But those was already paid out. The Japanese American, I don't know about the German American, but I know the Japanese were already, they already broke bread for them, right? Somebody can look up whether the German Americans that were held up here, were they ever paid? But if we're going to pay reparations for slavery, for example, shouldn't we also pay it for the young men conscripted and sent off to die to end it? Do y'all see what's happening here? I'm gonna stop. My neck's starting to get stiff. I'm allergic to fuckery, and when I come into close proximity of it, certain parts of my body start getting, you know. So I want to just go on. So you gonna read this for yourself. This is an old article. It was done back on June 27th, 2019. You know what I'm saying? He got some information where he's going to the black-white wealth imbalance, and he probably got some type of justification for that shit too. You know what I'm saying? How it should be. You know what I mean? You know. Hey, sucks to be a white man right now. I understand. You white man's burden. Now you got to pay, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to pay. You know what I'm saying? As they said in the famous gangster movie, fuck you, pay me. What? What? The what went? Fuck you, pay me. What's on fire? Fuck you, pay me. Right? That's where we at. And you don't have to use up one single budget. We ain't talking about bankrupting the country. Because we got to live here too. Just get those checks ready. You understand what I'm saying? Get those resources ready, right? You know what I'm saying? Get that funding, because we ain't gonna just distribute all of it to people. We're gonna use it for institutions and making sure that the education of the country is in place, as well as the resources are in place, so that we can properly use the money. We got to make sure that we got the police force ready, because we already know that some of these people that's going to try to take advantage of black folks have money coming in. So we got to make sure we protect our people from the fucking vampires and leeches that are going to try to link up with us and try to take advantage. We got to make sure that these companies know that there will be penalties and repercussions if they come into our community giving us fucked up mortgages and shit like that. Because we got to be on point and prepared when this money comes. Because they're going to be giving you outrageous car loans. They're going to be selling property like it's going out of style. And then they're going to be, the money, the access to money is going to be so ridiculous. And we're going to need to have crews of our people to be able to be like, fuck out of here with that. Brother Kwame say, the United States just hired Germans under Operation Paperclip to build up for their reparations. Oh, okay. You know, I don't know if he joking. He might be serious. Some German Americans might be listening and be like, that wasn't no fucking reparations. And they call you the Black Yoda. That wasn't Yoda like. Alright, so let's go. So we moving off of that because my neck start getting stiff. Alright, the only thing, yeah, I got 2 other videos up. Somebody put up something from Boom Bap Nation, and it's probably something with Chuck D talking about how the industry is fucked up. And we know the industry is fucked up. We're not, we don't have, in many cases, we don't have the wealth to kind of keep up with that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because wealth is like an essential fallback system, so that while you're in the process of doing what you're doing, and so that you're able to focus on what you're doing, the wealth provides you a cushion through which you have a little bit more time to burn working on your project until success or total failure hit. And then if you have enough wealth, if failure hits, then people in your community could come together, put some money together, be like, yo, that was a great try, you know. Alright, so, but we know the industry fucked up. And then I threw up something up here because, it's a lot of this code shit going around online. It's been going on for a while. People been talking about code. And I was watching this little nature movie about wolves and how they follow their code. Because, you don't follow their code, the UNA pack, there's a definite consequence. Motherfucker, you got to get up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's some ass whooping and some chasing out that goes down. You know what I'm saying? There's consequences. And you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that we are, in a sense, shielded from. Because it's crazy. It's crazy how it's set up, because it's like, you could almost do anything to us. I mean, it could be us or it could be other people, and it's we gonna pray for them. We gotta get up out that mindset. I'm just telling y'all right now. But yo, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. No call in 614-556-4535. Nobody called in. So what I'm gonna do, and y'all can't act like y'all ain't know lines was open. Lines was open. So I'm about to get up out of here.
Daddy?
Hold on. What's up? What's up, Miss Gina G?
Where you going?
No, yeah, we gotta clean up. Oh, but I do have to be at the school at about 4 to sign up for a new package. And it says this one says $99 per month, but when I signed up, it said 60. Which is it? Wow. All right, I'm out, family.